being defined right now. Joining me here in the studio is Major General Shashi Asthana. He's a Chief Instructor at the USI of India, Strategic Affairs Expert. Thank you so much, Major General Asthana, for joining me. Joining me on Skype is Dr. Sriram Sundar Cholia. He's a Professor and Dean at the Jindal School of International Affairs at the O.P. Jindal Global University. Thank you, both of you, for joining me. Major General Asthana, my first question to you is, you've heard the statements coming out from the U.S. Certainly, it looks like all is not well, and knowing Donald Trump and the kind of decisions that he takes and his America First policy, it all seems very likely. I mean, we cannot discount the fact that sanctions may be slapped, and India will face the heat after those sanctions take effect from the 4th of November. Two different things that we are talking about. The S-400 deal with Russia, you have the Iranian oil situation. How do you see things moving from here, sir?
Sana, the statement of President Trump is basically to keep India guessing. As far as India is concerned, we have independent foreign policy, and our foreign policy cannot be hostage to any country. Relationship with US is very important. Relationship with Russia is also important to us. And I need not go into why they are important, because we will talk on the specific issues.
Absolutely.
Firstly, S-400. It was essential to us. There is no matching equipment available in the world as of today, and if China has bought it, definitely we needed to have it. Second is the issue of Trump's threat to us. If, let's say, hypothetically, the sanctions are imposed on us. Firstly, if they are not imposed, it is business as usual. If they are imposed on us, we will have to find a way out. And the way out is that we have to, as in the army say, now worst case scenario is we have to increase the import of oil from others as far as Iran oil is concerned. As of now, we are following India First policy. There is a statement of the oil minister which says, and he has already told two companies to be ready for buying the crude.
Orders have been placed.
Orders have been placed. Second point, the third most important point is, our refineries, they take the crude oil. They are not meant for shale oil. The intention of US behind all these statements is, they want to be a bigger defense partner with us. They also want to sell their shale oil to us. It doesn't suit us because the Iran oil is on rupee term. The shale oil will be on dollar terms. Since we do not have enough refineries of shale oil, the shale oil is going to come as a finished product, which will be much costlier. And that much cost we cannot afford. So we have no choice but to follow a policy which suits us, which suits India first.
But what happens, to the ties between India and US is something that we will have to wait and watch. Now, Dr. Cholia is also joining me over Skype line right now. Dr. Cholia, welcome to the discussion. We were talking about where do these recent developments take ties between New Delhi and Washington. We've heard statements coming in from Donald Trump himself. India has made its stance very, very clear right now. Will we get a waiver? Will we not? That is something that is still in the realm of speculation. But are we staring at a frenemy status again, Washington and New Delhi?
Down time for the relationship, no doubt about it, Sana, because it's the sanctions threat, but also the trade war. As you know, the Trump administration has slapped tariffs on our steel and aluminium. And I think
it's hard to believe that Donald Trump, of all people, would fail to recognize and appreciate that fact. Do you still think there is a good chance that a deal could have been worked out between the two countries to find sort of a middle ground? We heard a statement, remember, Major General Asthana, from the US saying that they're looking for alternatives as far as importing oil is concerned. They're looking for alternatives for their good friends, India. They call them good friends. Is there any hope of finding a middle ground still?
Yes, I think during 2+2 dialogue, the Indian concerns were very well shared. And I think there is a community in US itself which believes that the strategic interest, the core interests of the strategic partner must be taken into account. And there were some statements which you would have seen had come out to say that CAATSA is not to punish the strategic partners stroke allies.
And it's on a case by transaction basis.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So therefore, there is a thinking of that kind. Secondly, US also has a lot to lose. Firstly, we are the largest arms. Thirdly, the strategic aspects of Indo-Pacific, the strategic dynamics of Indo-Pacific, and the problem that they are losing ground in FPAC region, in Pakistan especially, and also in the West Asia, they have been slightly edged out by Russia. So they will not like India to fall into the grouping of Russia, China, and a grouping which is not interesting America.
Absolutely, and in fact a grouping that works against America.
Exactly.
Obviously, so you're saying that US has enough reasons to give India concessions right now, and in all probability the two countries should find a middle ground. India on its part has made its stance very, very clear. Dr. Cholia, how do you see this going forward? How do you see this going forward? So you see very little chance of India actually giving in to all the demands from the US as far as demands for oil imports, stopping all oil imports is concerned. Major General Asthana, last word from you. I give you 30 seconds to wrap this up and help us understand what this means in the larger scheme of things, as things stand now.
India has already made a decision. S-400 already signed. Iran, we have already made our stand clear. Now the ball is in the court of the United States. Second thing is that as far as our India's standing up to foreign policy is concerned, if you recall, when we exploded the nuclear bomb, sanctions were slapped on us.
That's right.
That time we were still not that strong.
Yeah.
Yet we sustained it.
So so the message is India will do what is best for India, come what may, and it will overcome all the other threats coming in from the US at this point in time, because for us, we're doing what's best for us right now, whether it be defense or whether it be oil imports. Thanks so much, Major General Asthana and Dr. Sriram Sundar Cholia. Appreciate you both joining us and sharing your thoughts with us. We continue to talk about